Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever would, and now it's coming for yours. I was one decision away from saying no to entrepreneurship and missing out on everything that came after because doubt almost won. And maybe for you, it's the fitness journey you're avoiding. Maybe for you, it's that business idea that's collecting dust. Maybe for you, it's a risk you've been scared to take. In this video, I'm going to show you the one shift that will change your life forever. Silence the doubt so you can live the life you were meant to live. And I think about when I felt doubted when I was playing football back in high school. I never forget, man. I always felt like I was never enough. I always felt like I could never amount up to the person I wanted to be. I always felt like everybody else was better than me, but I worked so hard. I didn't really want to play anymore. I remember my first summer coming into playing sports at high school, summer workouts, and we had to walk into the stands. And as a little freshman, like I was small. And I will never forget walking past at the time when I felt like everybody was giants. I felt like, oh dang, this who I'm playing with? I gotta get big like this, and doubt immediately flushed into my mind. It had me second guessing, do I really want to play high school football? Do I really want to play on this team? Because we went from the field, I seen what everybody was doing on the field, I seen what everybody was doing in the weight room. And doubt was in my mind like, you don't want to play here. You don't want to do this for real. I was one decision away because I could have walked off. I didn't have to continue going to summer workouts. Doubt at that moment seized my mind because I was scared. I was nervous. I didn't know if I wanted to continue going, but guess what? I continued going. I did not let doubt overrule me. I think about when I started going to the gym. Even while I was playing football, I looked around and I seen everybody was getting bigger. Everybody was getting stronger. But I felt like I was the weakest one. I was going to the gym every day. I felt like I was putting in extra reps. Just to go home being sore. If anybody who ever just started in their weightlifting journey and you just started lifting weights, for about a week or two, you're going to be sore. You're not going to see no progress. And at that moment, doubt started to get into my head. Like, man, skip going to workouts. You don't got to go to the gym today. Because doubt almost left me stagnant. It almost left me to see no growth because now I was scared. Seeing everyone bench press, seeing everyone lift these heavy weights. And I'm just sitting here struggling to go home now to be tired and weak. That's what doubt does to you. I think about when I started running. I'm seeing everyone move at a fast speed. I'm seeing everyone being able to complete these workouts. When I'm, even to this point, when I started my running journey, I'm seeing how everyone is able to go out and run. And I'm just going out there, I'm tired. I'm going out there, gas, breathing. I can't breathe. And doubt was just sitting back, just telling me, man, you ain't got to get up and go to work out today. You ain't got to go run today. And that's what doubt did to me. It was telling me, it was trying to hold me back. Doubt was just trying to lead me to procrastinate on the decision to go out and go run, to go out and go to workouts, to continue playing football. I think, man, when I started my running journey, bro, and it was just like, you don't got to get up and go. You don't got to get better today. You only just going to come back to get tired. And that's the lies of the enemy. That's what doubt does to you. It tries to cloud your judgment. Doubt always tries to leave you stagnant. Always tries to leave you in a place you're no longer fit to be. I think about when I had to started running a business. When I first started running my first business, when I ran my clothing brand business, that was probably when doubt was the strongest. Because I didn't know if I really wanted to do it. My mother always told me, preach entrepreneurship to me. It always started for me selling candy in high school. And selling candy in middle school. It always started for me selling candy in middle school. And, once I got to high school, I always heard about entrepreneurship. It's always something I wanted to do. And eventually led to me starting my first clothing brand. I never forget this moment. I don't remember the year, but I never forget this moment when I made the decision to start my clothing brand. I was sitting in the car and I'm like, bro, I want to start a business. I want to do something. And this very Christmas, I used all the Christmas money I had and some extra money I had to buy an iPad. Because at the moment, that's the only way I knew of starting a clothing brand. That's at right at the time clothing was starting to get its big jump, its big leap on social media. And immediately doubt came. Doubt, cloud in my head was like, bro, you don't got to use this money to buy this iPad. And I think back, what if I allowed doubt to really stir me and say, you don't need to buy the iPad? What if I allowed doubt to not allow me to make that investment? Because when you young, man, you feeling good. Like, you just got the Christmas money. I need to go buy some more clothes. I can go buy a game for my PS4. Let me go buy some PSN, you feel me? That's how it was sitting in my head. Like, you don't need this iPad. You can worry about that later. Because I wanted to spend those things on the short-term pleasure of things. I didn't want to invest in myself. Doubt had me like, man, you're finna waste your money with this iPad. And I think back, what if I allowed that to happen? I would have never learned what I needed to learn when it came to business. I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be recording this content. I would not be starting another business if I did not take that leap. If I had allowed doubt to allow me to sit in that car at that moment and say you don't need it. That's what doubt would do to you. I think about the story with David and Goliath, right? David did not allow doubt to dictate his actions. Everybody doubted David. I just finished watching The House of David, and I love how it shows how Saul doubted him. Said, you're nothing but a little boy. You ain't got to go out there and fight Goliath. His brothers was against him. His brothers laughed at him when they said he defeated lions and bears. But David, even though I love how in the movie it shows that, yes, David was scared, but he did not allow that doubt to stop him. Think about it. If David had allowed that doubt, once he seen Goliath, if he had allowed that to happen, we wouldn't have had this amazing story between David and Goliath. We wouldn't have these amazing lessons to pull from and learn. If David was afraid, if he allowed doubt to hold him back. You know what David did? He picked up those 5 stones. He ran and charged towards Goliath. Goliath doubted him. Goliath felt disrespected that you brought David in front of me, this little boy. Man, he sized him up and like, man, I ain't worried about this little boy. He don't even got no spear or nothing in his hand. He got 5 stones. But David didn't allow that doubt. He didn't allow the doubt of others to stop him. You're one decision away from changing your life. Don't let doubt sit there and leave you stagnant. Don't let doubt be the reason you don't move forward, because you don't know what dividends that's going to pay on your life later. I never knew the dividends it was going to pay on my life later when I started running a clothing brand. Even though it failed, I don't even run it no more. I don't know the benefits and the dividends it paid on my life until right now. David didn't know the dividends it would pay on his life until he stepped in and defeated Goliath. I didn't know the dividends it would pay on my life of me going to the gym, me running, me trying to become the best person I can be until now, and I still don't see it. And there's still more dividends to be paid, more dividends for me to see. You eliminate doubt by realizing you're capable of doing everything you were meant to do. God already placed it in you. He already placed the fruit in you. You just have to recognize it's already in you. It was already in David for him to go out there and defeat Goliath. It's already in me for me to go out there and run, and me going there to get stronger, me playing football. It was already in me. But that's what doubt does. It tries to get you to forget what God already placed inside you so you can focus on what you don't have when you need to focus on what's inside of you and what you have. Because you're already capable of doing it. So I present to you This framework, I want to say, this is what I call to help somebody out, to help you out with doubt. The doubt breaker, a 4-step process to help you eliminate doubt. And you know the first prerequisite when it comes to eliminating that doubt, this is the first one. It's awareness. Awareness. You realize that you're doubting yourself. Be honest with yourself that you're doubting yourself. It's only after something is revealed you can figure out how to solve that problem. Awareness is always the scariest part about this though. You know why? Because now you have to do something about it. There are no longer any more excuses for you to not do anything about it. Awareness now gives you the permission to be intentional about your actions. And this is where I say in personal development, in business, in anything when you want to get better at something, this is where most people stop, because now they become aware of what they need to do, and now they're afraid. Because now the blame is now on you if you don't do nothing about it. Awareness now gives you the permission to act on something, and if you don't, you have no one else to blame but yourself. And sometimes it's best for someone to stay ignorant in a situation, because once that awareness comes and they don't do nothing about that, it's going to kill them. It's going to eat them alive. But if you want to eliminate that doubt, you must be aware and be real with yourself that you're doubting yourself. Because it's down from there, you can now take intentional steps to now solve that problem. Awareness is the first step, because you now have to be aware of what's going on. You now figure out, okay, now that I'm aware that I'm doubting myself, now what do I do? Because now you have no other option but to now eliminate that doubt. And I just think back to when I was out of shape before I began my fitness journey. I remember coming into college, and it was after I started playing football. And after a minute, you know, I looked in the mirror one day and I was like, oh, hold up, buddy. You got a little bit of weight on you. I was still going to the gym, but it was never consistent. I was still like mildly doing cardio, but I hated cardio. But I looked in the mirror and I looked back on videos and I was looking at myself like, oh no, you got a little bit of weight on you, man. Got a little bit of weight on you. And it wasn't until I had that awareness that I had weight on me to lose, that I needed to get back in shape, that now I was able to get back in shape. And doubt, that's when that doubt really came and crept in. Because it's like, you don't need to go to the gym. You don't need to do all that. It ain't nothing gonna change. But I had to become aware first. I had to be real with myself first. I remember going out on runs when I first started. I realized like I was really out of shape. I started going on runs. I went on a 2-mile run. Man, in the first 30 seconds, man, I was gassed. I was tired. I'm like, oh no, man, this is bad. But now I was aware. I was aware of what was going on and what I needed to do to fix that. And it's the same thing that you can apply to doubt. Once you become aware of the doubt that resides in you, now you know you can do something about it. Now it's up to you to say, am I going to allow this doubt to eat me alive, or am I going to do something about it? You can't conquer what you cannot see. If you can't see it and you don't have the awareness of it, you cannot set forth to make intentional steps to solving that problem. But as long as you stay ignorant to it, some people use that as an excuse to now they can't blame themselves to be accountable for their actions. The second step when it comes to eliminating doubt, exposure. Now you become aware of what you need to do. Now you must put yourself in an environment and expose yourself to now what's possible. You must create systems. You must get around the right people. You must watch the right things. Watch what you're consuming. Expose yourself to now what's possible, what you can do. Go to that event. Go speak to that person. Expose yourself. You must learn from people who are where you want to be. Allow yourself to be in a space where you can no longer doubt what's possible. Now you understand what you need to do. You understand that it is possible to eliminate that doubt. You now understand that it is possible to do what you want to do, because now you've exposed yourself to see it. I think about David and Goliath again. David was exposed to battle. He was put in a position to where what was inside of him, that what God placed inside of him, had no other option but to come out. It had to be exposed. It had to be placed in the right position. It had to be exposed to the right environment, so he can see, so everybody can see what God put inside of him. You have to put yourself in the environment, in the system, in the place, so what's inside of you, what God placed inside of you, has no other option but to come out. It must be revealed. What you're looking to do, what you're looking to complete, just needs the right exposure for you to see what's possible, for you can see, oh, I can do this. It just needs the right exposure. David was exposed to killing lions and bears. So when he came to Goliath, he knew this filthy Philistine has nothing with me and God. But he had to be exposed. You must expose yourself to the right environment, so now that doubt can be eliminated, and now what's inside of you can be brought to life. It's already inside of you. Me, when I started going to business competitions, when I started working at A&T and doing business competitions and everything, I hated them in the beginning. But I had to be exposed to what was possible. I had to be exposed to winning. I had to be exposed to people who won these competitions. I had to be exposed to people who were experts in this field. Because now it allowed me to see that it's possible, that I can't no longer doubt myself because somebody else did it. I put myself in the environment, I put myself around the right people to see, oh, this is possible. Oh, so it ain't no more excuse for me not to be able to do it. I remember for me, when it's even me currently right now, it's watching the right things on social media, being intentional about what I'm exposing myself to, so now I can see it's possible. I like watching stuff when it comes to fitness or it comes to running, that people are going out here running 100-mile races. Oh, there's no excuse for me not to be able to go out there and run a 4-mile easy run, to go on a long run. If somebody else is out there running 100 miles, if someone's out there running a marathon, there's no more excuses. I see what's possible, but it's only becomes that exposure piece. I'm not exposed myself to see what is possible and what can be done. Barriers are only broken once they are revealed. A man or woman's true self is revealed once they're exposed to foreign circumstances. And the third step to eliminate in this doubt breaker, I hope y'all can see it, is to decide. Decision and choices are not the same thing. Choices, you leave something on the table. When you decide, you kill off all other options and you decide on a standard. In this circumstance, we're going to decide on a standard. You set the standard and you be intentional. You kill off all the options. There's no plan B. You're going to stay in the battle. You're going to stay in this race until you see it to completion. You decide, you cut off the plan B to plan C, and you set the standard. What's better, you don't even have to have the plan B, plan C. You don't have to decide on a plan, but decide on the standard. That's what matters. It's your purpose and not the performance. Decide on your purpose and move forward towards it. Decide on what you're going to eliminate and move forward on it. Set the standard and do not go backwards on it. What does that look like for me? What does that look like for you? Well, for me, what it looks like, I've decided every morning, rather it's 5, it's 10 minutes, God gets my first fruits. No matter what it may look like, it's in a devotion, it's in prayer, it's in worship, it's in reading my word. When I'm traveling, if I need to go into the bathroom 5-10 minutes, whatever the case may be, someone like, man, what's taking this dude so long? I need that intimate time. And if I don't even get to it, it's God that gets my first fruits of me telling him, thank you, Lord. I set the standard. I decided on a standard, and now I'm going to pursue it no matter what. And that's what you must do if you want to eliminate doubt. Because now you have no other option but to eliminate that doubt every day. And then you can look back on the track record of you eliminating that doubt and say, oh, I done did this before. I can do this again. It allows you to establish a track record. And it's for me, it's every morning. No matter how long it may be, how busy my day is. Every morning, I wake up and do push-ups and planks. Even when the days I don't want to do it. I decided on a standard and I must keep it. Because now I can look back when doubt tries to arise and say, you don't need to do these push-ups, you've been doing it for so long. What about the other 100 times doubt has told myself that and I still got up, did it, and I feel great? Decide on the standard. You keep it, you set it, and you move forward with it. You do not go backwards on the standard. You focus on the purpose and not your performance. Decide on the standard, keep it, move forward. That's a done deal. I made a decision to start this next business, to post consistently on YouTube. There's a standard I must set. And yes, sometimes if I miss some upload, but I understand that the standard I set, I will not give up on. I made a decision that I was not going to give up. And I'm not going to let doubt get to my head and try to stop me to where I'm at, because we've come too far. Replace the real estate of doubt with decisions. And this moves me to my next step, the final step of eliminating doubt. You may not be able to see it, so I'll write it right here. It's to celebrate and complete. Although it should be complete and then celebrate, but you see the task through to the end, no matter what. No matter what it may look like, you either celebrate the win or you learn from the loss. There's no losses because you just learn from them. There's always a win-win. Celebrate the win, learn from the loss. See the task through to completion, no matter how long it may take. Because now, you can't doubt yourself no more. If you did it before, you can do it again. And over time, it's only going to get easier. And then the celebration gives you the motivation to win again. It gives you the motivation to learn from your mistakes and move forward. It gives you the motivation to have something to look forward to once you celebrated that one time, once you've seen something to completion. After a day's work, I may celebrate by just watching a TV show that I've been wanting to watch, where I don't have to think about my business or school or any other thing. I can celebrate with something I want to watch. It gives me something to look forward to on the next days of work. Something to wind down to be able to do. But that only came because I became aware of what I needed to do. I exposed myself to it. I made a decision to set the standard for it. And now I can celebrate every time I've seen it to completion. Or for me, it's like after I working out, I know someone can relate to this. After you work out, you done track your calories for a good little minute. You want to go out and celebrate. You want to go have some donuts or something. I'm a sucker for some donuts. I'm not going to lie to you. I just had donuts yesterday. That was my celebration, It's going out to eat, but it gives me something to look forward to. It gives me something to look forward to after I worked out for a minute. And it may be on a week or 2 week time frame. But it's that feedback loop of you winning consistently, you seeing something to completion, and you reward yourself and you do it again. And you do it again. But so that's what celebrating does. That's why when people go on trips, when they go out of town, it gives them something to look forward to the next time they go to work. They have something to plan for. Or it's either for me, like when I want to go buy another protein powder to try in my breakfast or my daily routine. Like, you have to celebrate these things after you see them to completion. Celebration creates momentum to kill all the doubt. So why does this shift work? It works because now you have a good feedback loop to refer to. Once you become aware of the doubt that's in you, you expose yourself to now what you can do about it. You have a proven framework to now, when doubt arises, you know what to do. You became aware of it, you exposed yourself to it, you made a decision to set the standard, and you celebrate it after you win. That's what this is. This is why this shifts work, because now it's up to you to make the decision. Well, what life looks like now, it looks like your life full of decisions. It looks like you setting intentional time to accomplish the goals. It looks like you eliminating doubt not existing in your mind no more, because you made decisions now to see something to completion. You now expose yourself to now what's possible. Doubt no longer resides in your mind because you realize what God placed inside of you. You just needed to bring it out. God said he knew us while he formed us in our mother's womb. He knew us before we was even birthed, before I could walk. He already placed it inside of you. Well, that's what life looks like. You no longer doubt yourself because you know it's already inside of you. What you want to do, what you need to do, what you're scared to do is already inside of you. That's what life looks like now. You can take the risk without worrying about the doubt and the enemy trying to stop you. That's what life looks like when you eliminate doubt. When you make this one change in your life to change your life forever, to eliminate that doubt. Doubt is only eliminated by action. And until intentional action is taken, doubt will always rule your mind. But you first You have to realize it's already inside of you. God already placed the seed inside of you. So in the next 48 hours, I want you to take one action you've been avoiding for months. And let me know in the comments what the action is or what you're going to take forth to do. I pray this blessed you. Don't let doubt hold you back, because you don't know the dividends that you can pay on your life in the future if you would just move past that doubt. You now have a 4-step framework to eliminate that doubt. Implement it. And let me know in the comments below, man, what you're going to do. What risk are you going to take? What are you going to do to eliminate that doubt moving forward? I hope this blesses you. Thank you.